It's me. I'm alone today. I look very chaotic and I haven't put any makeup on, so you caught me just putting lip gloss on. So I look like a person or more of a person today than I did. Um I've got one of those very rare days where I haven't had any calls, work calls, or work related calls, should I say, today. So I've just been cracking on. So I was like, oh, we've got no calls, so we're not going to put any makeup on. And as a result, I look like a potato. Got a pimple patch on. Lovely. Everyone wanted to know that. But I thought I'd put some lip gloss on. Otherwise, I literally did just look like a potato. So I didn't think that was great. So no one's here yet, but we are streaming across everything. I'm going to just bring up the TikTok comments because I can see we're live on TikTok. Oh, I hate that. I can always hear myself. To start with, so I brought up TikTok now, so that's great. So I can see everything. So hello everyone, how are you? How is your Tuesday going? I'm here today alone. Ruta has got loads of work calls because she's starting kind of a new contracty job type situation as of July. So she's spending a bit of time with the people that she's starting with come July. So that is very exciting for her and for us. Not for me, but apart from just, very proud of her, like a proud mum. So I was like, oh, well, she's in calls and they're important ones. So I will live stream on my own. I have got some work to do today. And I've got some Thesmia. So for those of you who don't know, I also run a HR tech startup called Thesmia. We do internal comms or like support one person HR teams with internal comms stuff. And so I've got some blogs, and so I was going to talk through that in a bit. I was going to put the blogs up on my HubSpot. And I was also going to just chat a bit through like how I actually find like the inspiration for the content, if that's at all useful for anybody. So yeah, that's what I was going to do. If you're on, please say hi. So I'm not here alone talking to myself. I can see some people are watching. I can see someone on YouTube. I can see someone on Kick. That's very cool. Hi. Also, just so everybody knows, tomorrow, if you are on TikTok, you might know Lit Agent Fran. She is a long-term friend and podcast friend, and Fran does live TikToks she's a literary agent. She does live TikToks to prospective authors or authors. And she uses TikTok all the time. So there's two parts to this. First of all, come on and ask her about TikTok if you want to learn more about TikTok. And also, if you're an author and you're listening, come on, because we're going to talk about marketing if you're an author, which a lot of that applies to if you're a small business owner. So Ruta and I have actually done quite a few presentations in the past where we've talked about what it's like to be a small business owner and how difficult it is. So we're going to sort of do a little presentation and a bit of a chit chat around that tomorrow with Fran. And then on Thursday, we are going to have Chris and Will, who are on the latest podcast episode, to join us. So we're going to chat about everything. I think it's Chris's birthday. I kind of got that vibe. There were some comments. So you will have all the Geminis in the house because it was just my birthday. It's Chris's birthday and it's nearly Ruta's birthday. So you will have the birthday triplets on, and we will be talking about everything B2B influencer. So if you've got any questions about influencer marketing, actually it might be quite interesting. We've had a couple of conversations about brand and people that are brands and things like that and what you could learn from them. So if you've got any questions related to that, come on Thursday. And then Friday, we won't be doing a public live stream because we will be live streaming on our Patreon. And we're going to be, Ruta and I are going to be presenting about lead gen done properly. So if if you are interested in finding out more about that, you can join our Patreon. It is $5 a month to get access to the content. But we're literally going to be doing a workshop live stream every Friday, plus extra goodies for $5 a month. I think that's quite good. It's quite a bargain. Hi, Sam. I can see you on TikTok. I'm not alone. So hello, Sam, what are you working on today? Tell me all about it. If anyone else is listening, come and say hi to me. I'm going to keep an eye on the comments. But for now, I'm going to work on my Thersmere content. Ooh, it's crazy. The other thing actually that Ruta and I have discovered is that we were like having a look to see what happens when you if you can live stream from multiple like LinkedIn accounts at the same time, and unfortunately you cannot. So I was going to live stream on my profile today and this one, but what we can do in future, Ruta, if you ever listen to this back, or just as a reminder to myself, is that you can if one of us comes in as a guest, we can then attach our profile to it. So maybe we should try that out. Sam is having to create a new product video. Usually I get someone to do it for me, but do you have any apps you recommend to create one? A product video as in are you sharing screenshots of the product content? Tricky. Product video, you could do that in many different ways. You could just record a screen share click through on like on Riverside or something like that, but you could also do a similar thing. You could record, basically you need to screen record, don't you? So I think probably Riverside's probably good, or something like that, and then you can either edit in Riverside or maybe in Canva, depending on what you want to do. I've been dabbling with Canva's video editing, and it's all right, you know. It's a bit more clicky. Riverside's a little bit easier because it is kind of like video first. Canva's not, but yeah, there are my suggestions for you, Sam. See what you think. Let me know what let me know. I can see some other people have joined, and then I need one for our services to go, basically a quick walkthrough of services we do as a partner. I would go Riverside. I think Riverside's great. Not free though. That's the only downside, Sam. So someone's got to get a card out and cough up. But yeah, Riverside I think is probably quite good for both of those things. So I'm going to work on some blogs. So before I start, I'm just going to log into my HubSpot. Not because I don't trust you guys, but I'm not going to show you my HubSpot logins. And I will also talk you through where I've got my content inspiration from for the Thersmere blogs, because obviously Thersmere is actually, it's nearly a year old. Oh god, I've got HubSpot thing. Oh god. 3. Don't you just love? I love two-factor. I'm so into it, but it's really annoying when you're trying to do something like this and then also you've got that. Kind of annoying. Anyway, it's fine. Sam, thank you. Yes, marketing budget. Yes, marketing budget, Sam. I get you. But Riverside is, I think, $24 a month or 24 quid a month. It's quite cheap. So if you can convince someone to do that, then terrific. You know, if you can convince someone to cough up, it's fine. Hello, everyone else. Say hi. I can see there are still some people watching on YouTube. I can see some people on TikTok. Say hi. Tell me what you're up to. I'm going to recap all the stuff I've already talked about momentarily, but for now, I'm going to share my screen. How do I share my screen? I can't remember. Share my screen. Share this window. Woo! Okay, so if I click back between the two things, oh, you can see just that window. Okay, that's good. I do know what I'm doing. I'm all right. I'm all right. So I can now still see, you guys can still see me. I can still see your comments. You can see inside my HubSpot. Divine. So first of all, let me talk you through where I got my inspiration for these blogs. So Thesmia is an internal comms tool. So there's a couple of things that I always think about when I'm doing a blog. So first of all is obviously keywords. So we've kind of got a set of keywords that we've identified that are good for Thesmia. Oh, James. James, what are you saying to me, James? Hang on. What messages did you come up with for Revenge Cookie? They were very funny, actually, James. Let me answer that before I start talking about serious work. So there was quite a few that were like, get in the bin. And what were the other ones? Yeah, get in the bin, buzz off with a nice little bee. They're all quite like safe messages. So yeah. So watch this space because it might be happening. But my partner's family were great at coming up with them. So kudos to them for all the inspiration, basically. Cool. So right. So Thesmia is it's an internal comms AI platform. It's the primary audience is one person HR teams, and when you're thinking about content inspiration, especially when you're just like a one person marketing team, I think sometimes it can be quite difficult, especially when you're like in the early stages, like I am with Thesmia, where like not only am I a one person marketing team, I'm sort of like there's only two of us in that do stuff for Thesmia, myself and my co-founder Joseph, who's the tech side of things. And so like sometimes you operate in a bit of a vacuum. And obviously, like I take content inspiration from a lot of different places, but I do also, what I did is I started to research some of the events that are happening in the space that we work in. And I was looking at some of the key themes basically for this space. So I found out that by doing this research that there is this internal communications conference happening. Arguably people might say, why are you just not going to the conference, Emma? And that's because we got no money. And actually this is happening on the 25th of June. And is that when I'm on holiday? It is actually, oh my God, we're in June already. That's terrifying. Yes, I'm on holiday. So I can't attend, but also I haven't got any money for a ticket anyway. Sad times being a tech startup with no funding. So I was looking on here for inspiration for what are people talking about, what are some of the content pieces that are here. This is it's the 13th annual internal comms conference, so it's something that's been going for quite a long time, and so it's reputable. You can see the caliber of people who are speaking and attending, so it's the kind of thing that you would want to take. I would say it's the kind of thing that you want to take inspiration from. And because I can't go to the conference, what I thought we could do for Thesmia is write blogs and content that kind of align to the topics. Now, the program, when I click program, we only have access to a couple of the sessions for, like some of the detail of the sessions. So I've already written content about this stuff, so AI in comms, and I did skip over the culture change and well-being one. Bad. Should have done one on that one. Maybe we'll come back to that one. And I've just literally this week or last week done a newsletter, a blog, a LinkedIn newsletter. Yeah, those three things on this topic, empowering senior leaderships through internal comms, and always with the spin of like, how does this spin back to Thesmia and what we do, but also using really good sources. So that's where I take my inspiration from. And then because we've only got a bit of overview of the agenda, obviously I could download the full agenda, but I'm not going to. I have gone through here, and these are some of the key topics. These are kind of like 12 key topics, and I was having a read through them the other day before getting the blog content together, and I was like, oh, which ones are actually quite interesting for us. And I thought we could write about, this is how we've landed with our blogs, how internal comms tools unite teams across like hybrid working. That's the first blog. And then the second blog is how HR can use internal comms tools to stretch budgets to go further. So two things that are probably quite still on the sort of radar of HR people. But yeah, I just wanted to talk through, that's where I kind of got the ideas from, because I think it sometimes, you can get a bit stagnant, and obviously this is stuff that like the conference are putting on. These are really good topics. We will probably come back here before the conference actually happens and lift a few more ideas from them. So thank you very much, Internal Communications Conference, for your content ideas. So now I'm going to set the two blogs up on the website, and while I do that, feel free to chat to me, tell me what you're working on, ask questions, do your worst. Yeah. If anybody is remotely interested in what I'm doing and in HubSpot, then Yes. Hello, Liz McGuire on TikTok. Liz McGuire on TikTok says, great example of how information is adaptable and customizable. Abso-freaking-lutely, Liz. Abso-freaking-lutely. That is a bit of a title, isn't it? But one of the things that I'm also very conscientious of is like we've got a set of keywords, and most of them are internal communications tools, internal communication. They're all like related to that. So I can see my sources are in my document, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to tidy it up once it's in HubSpot, because that's what I'm going to do. I also do like to use putting stuff into HubSpot as sort of like the final check on stuff. Some people might disagree with that, but what you gonna do? So I'm going to read, but if anybody, while I read silently, and maybe hopefully you're not reading my screen, that'd be incredibly boring for you unless you're in HR. Tell me what you're working on. Tell me what you're doing. Tell me how your Tuesday's going. Now, I know a lot of people don't always love Gallup and the like as a source, but it's got a lot of like weight to it. I'd love to know. Obviously it's industry dependent, but is there like a go-to sources that you guys like to use for content that have got good authority? Tell me which ones you like. Yeah, there's a lot of options. I mean, also, can I just say the fact that 23% of employees globally are only 23, should I say, of global employees are engaged is slightly disconcerting, isn't it? Sam is working. We're currently doing an award submission, so we're currently both reading back together. Very nice. Very nice. That looks like a weird. Okay. Well, /internet. Sometimes you think, are people actually okay with their URLs? Yeah. Hang on a second. I see there's a comment. on Restream. So I'm about to look. Restream is the tool that Ruta and I use, by the way. Oh, James went to the gym this morning and currently applying for jobs. Excellent. How's it going, James? How is boot camp going? James is doing a redundancy boot camp. So love to know how that's going. James, has it started yet? I've actually now just adapted the screen so I can see the site, what you actually say, rather than being weird. So anyway, how did it go? By the way, if anybody is actually watching what I'm doing, if anybody spots anything weird or any typos, just please feel free to tell me. One of the things that I've also started doing is the Thesmia perspective on the blogs, because I'm like, what's the point in writing a blog if we then don't have a take on it or a comment or something, you know? So anyway, so that's what I've been trying to do. And also, top tip, so this keyword internal communications tool, let me just show you, tool relates back to the homepage of the website. Now we have internal communications tool is our keyword, but in various places we have internal communications tools, etc., in varying degrees. So what I do is I will link this back to there, bold it. What I'm trying to do basically is to kind of let Google know that that's the keyword, and then it links back to Thesmia and what we do. Now, what I will do is, because I have some cute little call to actions set up in here. We love HR. We're not here for your boss. Yeah. So I'm just going to do that because this is our blog call to action. Yeah. So we'll put that in. And then the other thing I might do is I will always go back through a blog. First of all, I always put at least 2 call to actions in every blog. Remember, like, especially, it doesn't matter what you're doing, you're selling something. So even if it's like a personal blog or a like, I know there was the TikTok authors or whoever you are, call to action, give people something to do. They want something to do. And then the final step to my blog post that I will do is I will always go back through and just see if there's anywhere else on this that I could link back to that makes sense for anything else that Thesmia does. So here we've got another internal communications tool. So what I might do is link through to like the product page, for example. James, boot camp started yesterday. I'm going through the workbook at the moment. It's not you, it's them, and redirecting the energy into better opportunities. That sounds very good. Very good place to start. I think that sounds good, James. Okay, so we're happy with that. The other section that I have recently forgot to add onto here is, oh no, what do I want? I want, oh, media. No, blog. Post listing? No. I want a recent blog thing, unless I'm being thick, which is quite likely. Recent posts. That's what I wanted. So recent posts. I wanted a recent post one. Although annoyingly, oh my God, why is it coming up like that? Ooh. Styles, titles, text. We need to just do that. Make sure it's okay. I actually forgotten to do this on a few blogs. So yes, Sam, it sounds good. James, we've got someone on TikTok, Sam, who is asking about the redundancy bootcamp. So I don't know if you want to DM me on LinkedIn the link to the bootcamp that you're doing, and then I can share it with Sam. Or if you want to share it here, feel free. But I will then share it with Sam to make sure that she gets the link to the bootcamp that you're doing. Because that sounds really good. I think, yeah, sometimes you just need that little Kickstarter, I think, don't you? I feel that too. Have I just got titles on there? Tags, title, feature image. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. There you go. So that's something I keep forgetting to do is add the recent blog posts on there. Lovely. Anything else or any more? I think we're good. And then if I go back to here, I very stupidly did the blogs and then put the meta descriptions down the end. Because, you know, kooky. So, select an author. Me, obviously. What are we talking about? Internal communications. Meta description. And then I'm going to find an image. So we're talking about different time zones. So I don't know if you guys have a free image of choice website. I like Pexels. Very good. You can also like import them into Canva, vice versa. You could just do them in Canva, but whatever. Oh, that's cute, isn't it? I'm quite fussy on the old blog images. I'm sure everyone feels the same way that I do. Because you just see so many of the same ones, don't you, all the time? So I'm quite into that first one. So I think we're going to go with that. There you go. Lovely, lovely. And because I'm a good egg and I actually used to work in accessibility, we're going to write a very good alt text. And Moscow. And Moscow. Yep, lovely. Lovely, 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 lovely. Okay, we've done everything we wanted to do. It is too... Ooh, we are a bit long on the title, aren't we? See, the thing is, I kind of don't want to put hybrid because it's boring. So, oh, hi, Marta. How are you? Hello. What's for lunch today, Marta? Is it as good as last week's or no, your last week's Chinese? Tell me all about it. I'm working on some blogs, Marta. What are you doing? Everyone else is doing. So we've got Sam on TikTok is doing an award submission. James is applying for some jobs and has been doing a redundancy boot camp. What are you up to? Tell me all about it. And if, like I say, I'm doing blogs, so if anybody spots anything weird on my blogs, please tell me. I'm going to publish this right this very second. Oh, I've missed some information. Does that mean I can't have it that long? What have I missed? Please make sure you've completed the required field. Oh, it's too long, isn't it? It's too long. Patterns? No. Maybe I'll just do girls' time zones and generations. What do we think? It's still too long. Oh no. Let's see if it'll let me publish it. Oh, also Liz, James is sending it to me, guys. Liz has also asked for the redundancy bootcamp link for someone that another marketer that she knows. James has just sent me the link, or is going to send me the link. So, guys, I will send it to you afterwards. Feels like a cop out, doesn't it? But whatever, fine. HubSpot, fine. How internal communication tools unite hybrid and remote teams. Fine. We'll change the blog. Hi. Yeah, see, Sam, the reason I'm using the full word comms is for us basically just to make our SEO overlords happy. Right, it's not even why are you not letting me publish? Please make sure you've completed any required fields. I have. Don't do this to me, man. We're gonna have a breakdown. Don't tell lies. Do you know what? Sometimes HubSpot just doesn't work. So we'll just go back and we'll go back again. Publish. I don't know what you're on about, man. Please make sure you can be. Okay, well, we'll just save it for now. Thank you, HubSpot. Oh, YouTube comments do show, Marta, but weird. Yeah, James, Liz says if you are if you're not getting commission on the bootcamp referrals, I'd send them an email. Is it your recent posts module? Maybe it is, James. Let's have a look. James, you are so freaking clever. Do you know what? We all need a James in our lives. Thanks, James. Sometimes you're like, I know what I'm doing, and then you do something like that and you're like, great, there you go. Thanks, James. Not only should he be getting commission for his referral boot camp, but he should also be getting commission on helping me with HubSpot. Oh, weird. Not on the actual video. You can see them, but we can't. Comment section on the video is empty. Weird, YouTube. Weird behavior. Even if I see the comments on the video here on TikTok. Yeah. It's so weird. Anyway, well, hi, Marta. Welcome to TikTok with everyone else. Tell me what you're working on. How's your day going? What have you had for lunch? Also, Fran was just here for 5 minutes to say that she is looking forward to doing a live stream tomorrow with me and Ruta. Tomorrow we are talking about marketing for authors. And also, I think it's got a good overlap for any small business. So if you're a small business, come and check it out. James also has sent me the link for the boot camp, so I will share it just in case anybody, if I haven't said that already, that's going to happen. Marta is packing as I'm going to InfoSec tomorrow. Ooh, dear mate, that's big. Are you going to be on the stand? Are you being a stand buddy? Because that's always fun, isn't it? Right, next blog. Boom. On to blog 2, my friends. This blog is all about doing how HR people can do more with stretched budgets. Well, oh God. Honestly, what's wrong with me today? Just so you know, this is like live marketing in action. So, you know, enjoy that. Apparently the Blame It on Marketing community just teared up. Don't know what that means. But hi Mara. Come over here. Romantasy author Mara has come over because we're doing the talk tomorrow with Fran about marketing for authors. Marta has just confirmed that she is not touching the stand. She's there to judge and scope. Good for you, Marta. Don't get involved. Make those salespeople work that stand. That is what they are here for. Mara, I can't remember if it was you or someone else who was asking about HubSpot, but this is me playing around in HubSpot. Oh, Mara's teared us up. Thank you, Mara. Appreciate you. It is tomorrow at 2:00, but Fran will be here for an entire hour, whether she wants to or not. So join us tomorrow because Fran will be on. And yes, Mara was the person asking about HubSpot, and this is me playing around in HubSpot right now, messing around with blogs. So in case you wondered, this is what it looks like. Obviously, I have built my website, as in I've used a template and it's in my Thesmia branding, but you can see me playing around with it. That's what I'm doing. What are you working on, Mara? What you up to? It's I'm gonna be honest, I obviously love HubSpot, long time HubSpot stan. But yes, I appreciate. I don't know what's wrong with me, guys. It's because I'm on my own. I'm all nervous. I'm all of a flutter. Maybe it's not as intuitive straight out the gate. I'm just trolling lives for marketing, of course. Of course you are, Mara. Of course. It's what we're all here doing, right? It's what we're all doing. So again, just in case anybody is like, what's she doing? This is for keyword purposes because we want Google to recognize that this is the thing. This is what Thesmia is and what it does. So I just inserted the link to the homepage and highlighted it and bolded it. I've got some rough knowledge that is sort of one of the things that that's one of the things that helps. Honestly, I haven't had my lunch yet either, guys, and I'm on my period, so it's just not good for the brain. Do you know what? More content is never the answer. It doesn't matter what you're in. And obviously, you guys are a bunch of marketers / also Mara as an author. So I'm sure you respect this as well. But more content is not always the answer. It's better content is the answer. There's Mia. And I will probably link to a different page. Let's give people the pricing page. And then I'm going to insert a call to action. So Mara again. These are some of the things that you can do in HubSpot. You can make call to actions and then you can track them, which is really cool. I'll show everyone in a minute. So you make a call to action and you can track the click-throughs and stuff, which is really cool, which will go into our data conversation tomorrow. I might show people some of this while we're actually doing the live tomorrow because it's quite interesting. Depends for the TikTok algorithm. Consistency is more important than quality. It's interesting, isn't it? I guess I'm going to say something really horrible now, but I think in order to win the game, it's about consistency, but also quality. Oh, which is really hard. Really, really hard. I'm sorry, everyone, but it's probably the truth. Right. Don't forget my block at the bottom with the posts. Recent posts. Don't want to forget this again. Recent posts. Actually, let's do by. No, because they'll all be that. Okay. Right, styles. We just need to change the. Lovely. Isn't that nice? Yeah, I know, Mara. I know I've said something really awful and I hate myself for saying that about Mara saying about I was just saying about the consistency and the quality. But I just think, you know, when I say quality, what I mean is that the content itself has a purpose. That's what I mean. I don't necessarily mean like high quality photos or high quality video, because I think, you know, TikTok in particular is a do-it-yourself situation. That is what the content is supposed to be. But I do think that the quality part is that the content that you made had a purpose, because otherwise people can't get behind it. So that's what I mean. Hopefully that's helpful. Because if it's not got a purpose, why are we doing it? Can't just be posting. Well, we can just be posting, can't we? But yeah. Blog 2, do more with less. Right. Let's grab my meta description. Right, so now we know that the actual length is not actually the problem. When you say content has a purpose, what does that mean though? Like it leads people to buy? Not necessarily. I think the purpose of content can be a multitude of things. It could be, is the purpose of your content that you want them to look at something else? So is it that I have produced this because I want my audience to now sign up to my newsletter? Is it that I've produced this piece of content because I'm trying to be educational or trying to show that I am knowledgeable on the theme or the subject of the content? Is it that it is to buy? Sometimes the content should be that. So yeah, there's like lots of different things, you know, and not all content is about, you know, selling stuff. But I do think, yeah, like asking yourself, like, okay, if I'm making this video, what do I want? Either what do I want people to do with this video, or what's the purpose? What's the reason for creating it, and what do I want people to take away from it? And education is all good. You know, I think a lot, that's kind of like an underrated bit of the purpose of content, is that like I'm trying to educate the people who look at what I'm doing, or nurture relationships. All of that, very valid. Not all, yeah, or just be entertained. On my Advocatude TikTok, I used to make these silly videos, and majority of them were to be, the majority of the content's purpose is to be funny and also educational at the same time. Now, whether I've achieved that or not, you tell me, but that was the purpose of the content. That was the purpose. So Mara, again, just in case you're looking at this going, oh, look at all this HubSpot stuff. Yeah, you got all of the things in here. So all the things that would help you with the marketing, like making sure you've got meta descriptions that, you know, your search engines look for with blogs and all that stuff is all here. So it just sort of does it all for you. Also, I would say entertaining as a purpose is fine, but be even more specific. Are you trying to be funny? Are you trying to be factual? Are you trying to be, yeah, what even emotion are you trying to elicit? Is that the right word? Yes. Believe it or not, a lot of marketers do, I like to think anyway, marketers that are still on the line, if James and Liz and Sam are still here, I don't know if you guys think like that, but if I'm trying to create like an emotion in general, I do generally tend to think about what emotion am I trying to elicit from that person? Do I want them to be angry with me? Most of the time, no. But do I want them to laugh or cry, or we laugh and cry together? Probably. Probably what most of the marketing content we produce is about on Blame It On Marketing. So this one is about budgets. So let's get ourselves a money picture. Budget. I think that's fine. Trying to be funny with innuendos and make people like me so they'll buy my book. I think that's okay. Good purpose. Solid purpose, but it doesn't always have to be that, just so you know, we can pick multiple purposes. Yeah, Sam is commenting saying, yes, always think about the emotion, and yeah, people do buy from people. I think even when it's, I mean, in fact, I guess particularly when it's a book, right? Obviously, we love the fantasy, but also, like, I don't know about you guys, but obviously in recent times, we will not mention any names, but when an author's done something particularly shitty, it's quite difficult to separate how you feel about them from their art, isn't it? So, yeah. I'm not saying they have to like you all the time, obviously. Piggy bank? What are we saying? Budget. Yeah, come on. Let's go with the piggy bank. It is the wrong thing, but the other really nice thing about this is that it should she says size the bit, so that's okay because that's the bit I want. Oh, Router's calling me. You know that I'm still on the live stream.
Hey, are you live streaming?
Yeah.
Of course you are. Chat to you in a bit.
Bye.
Bye.
Router just called me and was like, are you live streaming? And I was like, yes, I am. Oh dear. Don't know if she's joining. Is that because she's trying to join and I've not paid attention? I don't know what's going on. Is she joining? Isn't she joining? She's clearly free. Is she joining? I don't know. Who knows? What is she doing? Okay, have I done all my things? I think she just did that to be spicy. I don't think she's actually coming. Everyone's saying hi, Router. She's not here. What a dick. Her, not you lot, by the way. I agree. Also think about, James has also said on YouTube, for anyone listening in, agree. I also think about where, when, and what state the reader is in when they're consuming your content. Totally agree. Because ultimately we create everything for our audience, don't we? Really? Like that's the purpose of any content, really, is like, how does it make the audience feel? Tell her to get on. I thought she was gonna. I don't know what she's doing. Also, we're not going to publish this one straight away. We're going to publish this one for what we say in later this week, early next week. I have just published one now. It's nice to spread the content out a bit, isn't it? Why do we need to think about what state the audience is in when consuming the content? Guys, what are your thoughts on that? I will just schedule this and then I will give my answer. Okay. So, Ruta is here. She has another meeting. That's why she can't join. Yeah. Okay. Fair. I think, Mara, obviously one of the things that, I mean, it's difficult because you're writing a book. And I think when it comes with writing a book, there's other factors at play, because obviously it's obviously an art form. So there are other things at play other than just how the reader is feeling. But for us, when we're talking about like creating social media content and blogs and all those kind of things, one of the things that I think, one of the reasons we think about how they're feeling is because if I say like the purpose of my content is to educate, and then they are not in a space where they can learn, as in they're not in the headspace where they feel like they can learn, then the content that I've produced is not going to resonate with them. Ruth has actually put here, because she's in the comments on YouTube, Mara, because you need to match the tone. Are you trying to give them fear? Are you trying to inspire them? Do they have time? Are they doom scrolling? Yeah, totally. I agree. One of the biggest things that we talk about is trying to create like FOMO, fear of missing out for content. So in particular with social media content, that's one of the like ultimate goals, right? Is that you're missing out on something. But if they're not in that headspace, I guess, where they can like appreciate that, then you might miss the mark. Oh, Sam has also said, I could be wrong, but maybe it's something to do with the state of the world. Yeah, I mean, totally. I get that as well. Like, I think, you know, the world's a bit of a shit show, dumpster fire, right, guys? So, if everything's gone to shit and we don't care about how people feel, then then I can imagine our content's going to miss the mark, isn't it? Wow, we got very deep towards the end of this, didn't we? Yeah, Sam, maybe you're a bit too dark this week. Yeah. But it is something that we think about. You know, like, again, I don't know if it's applicable to when you're writing your novel or whatever, but I definitely think when you're creating the content that sits around that, I think I definitely think that being conscious of like if the purpose isn't matching up with those people, like one of the key ones, actually, let me talk about Thesmia. That might be a really good way for everyone to understand it, is that like there's a lot of fear for HR people in the use of AI. So a lot of the purpose of my content that we produce is around talking about how HR can get the most out of AI without it being scary, and like basically trying to, I guess the purpose of the content is almost to try and educate people to say you can use AI, but there are some parameters and there should be some parameters around it, and you shouldn't feel scared, but also be conscientious of the tools that you use, because if I do that, then, you know, hopefully people don't feel terrified and they sign up and play with a platform, or at least that's what I'm hoping. Fruita's comment on YouTube, Mara, is BookTok is making us better. You are making us better people. I don't know, Mara, do you guys count, because you're in the author realm, do you guys count as BookTok? Please educate us if we're maybe your author talk. Don't know. Is there a subsection for you guys? Don't know. Also, Ruta, Mara liked us and we got teared up on TikTok. Don't know what that actually means, but very excited to explore more. Very, very excited. We are obviously talking to Lit Agent Fran tomorrow. I'm going to definitely book talk. Okay, cool. Got you, Mara. So we are using the correct name for your collective. We are going to be talking about marketing for authors and small businesses tomorrow. We've got a presentation, Ruta. I'm going to give it a zhuzh up tomorrow. So it's going to be great. And so yes, we'll do a little presentation that Ruta and I will talk through. I will streamline it so it's very, very short, and then we'll spend the majority of the time talking through stuff with literary agent Fran. This is a total side comment, but I just okay, Sam dear. Oh, is that what they said? Just Oh, Ruta, Mara's asking if we can make a live event tomorrow so that they can register. Is that something we can actually do on TikTok? Do you know what we do have, Mara? You might not like this, but we do actually have a link to the Blame It on Marketing Live, so you can actually put a diary invite in. I don't know if you're going to want it though, because do you really want marketing lives in your diary every day? I don't know, but we will try. Ruta will get on TikTok when she's not on meetings and have a look for you as to whether we can set up a live. Sam's comment was that she got, Ruta says she will try, Mara. I love this. I feel like a medium, like I'm having a seance between all the spirits of YouTube and the spirits of TikTok are communicating through me. It's mental. So Sam has said she got an email starting with "Dear," space, comma, and then she said, how hard is it to make sure there is a name or a default word? Do you know what? It's not that difficult, is it? Like, so I use for Thesmia because I don't know why I don't do this, but I use Outsetter, which is the membership platform that plugs into the actual app itself to email people, because obviously we have a lot of like behavioral information about how people use the app in Outsetter that isn't in HubSpot. And so I email people based on a lot of the time based on their behavior out of Outsetter. But I can't do hi first name. So I just put, hi, you busy bee. That's how every single one of my emails starts. Not difficult. Sorry, I burped. Not difficult. It's coming to the end of our time together. I have set up 2 blogs in this time for Thesmia, which I'm really proud of. So thank you for holding my hand. James, thank you for telling me what I'd done wrong with that weird box at the bottom. I have got some social media posts to schedule. I think tomorrow, when we are doing marketing for small businesses / authors, what we should do is we should show you guys inside the Thesmia HubSpot. I will show you some of the reporting that we can do. So yeah, Ruta's got to run to a meeting. I need to eat something and go to the toilet. It's been a beautiful hour. I managed to do a whole hour with you guys. I love it. I'm so proud of myself. This has been really fun. I've had a delightful time. We will see you at 2:00 tomorrow with Fran. And we'll be back on Thursday as well with Chris and Will to talk about B2B influencer marketing. So if you either fancy yourself as a bit of an influencer or want to learn more about influence marketing, we'll see you there. But have a lovely day. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do, but my dogs are so bored they've gone to sleep. Isn't that nice? Yeah. All right, guys. Gonna love you and leave you. Bye.